Why do we tolerate stress?
It's $1 million question,
It
Roxanne.
really is. It's one that I've been asking for 15 years or so, and you should see some of the responses I get because nobody has an answer. So we're going to explore that a little bit today. And then if you're done dealing with your stress, if you're over it, you don't want it anymore, you don't need it, it's got to go, we're going to give you some tips on things you can do to relieve that. Because let's look at it for a second. I don't think anybody is unaware that stress affects your health, it affects your relationships, your sleep, for sure.
For sure.
Right? I mean, all of this is for sure, but sleep takes a huge hit. Your productivity, if you have goals and dreams, it's hard to pursue those. You got this brain fog stress thing happening, you know? And so many of us deal with it from every level to just minor stress to chronic. It doesn't feel debilitating because we can get up and go and do throughout the day, but we're not doing 1/100th of what we could be doing.
Right.
And we're never enjoying our life. So in that way, it is debilitating. And then next thing you know, you actually get physically stressed cells. Now you have disease. It's just crazy. It's crazy, and it's not okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Stress has to go.
And this is Tara and Roxanne. We're here today to help you calm your mind so you can enjoy your life. Down in the description below, we have put a download for you. It's free. Our compliments to you for 5 proven ways to reduce your stress. Fantastic. Maybe 4 of them work. Maybe 1 of them works. Give yourself that opportunity.
Yeah, it's a nice range of different things, and it's completely free. There's no obligation. We just want everybody to feel better. That's our whole goal, is that everybody kind of challenges this idea that stress is just is. It's part of life. And we actually start looking at it and going, no, I can live a more fantastic life without it. And so we want to give you some ways you can make that happen. So that's what that's for.
All right, Roxanne.
Yeah. So what do you think? And we came up with a few answers based on working with other people and our own lives, of course. Reasons why people tolerate stress, why we have, I know I have, for a long time before I was like, oh, this doesn't make any, why am I doing this? So we're going to discuss a few of the answers that we came up with our research. But if you have others, we would love to hear it. We would love, I mean, honestly, I've been asking this question for, a long time. So we would really love any answers you have. And then what you did about it would be just the icing on the cake. So we would love to hear that. But so the first one, what do you think?
People don't know that stress is...
They're stressed.
They're stressed, and there's other options to get rid of it.
I've seen a lot of people, and they'll actually start to tear up when you're talking about certain situations in their lives, or they're saying, well, I have to do this, I have to do this. And if you say something like, when do you get a second? Or what do you do? And they start to well up. And I'm like, you're stressed. I'm like, it's not stress. I mean, everybody has, I have to work, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. I'm like, you are stressed. That's the definition. That's what it is.
Yes.
I don't know if it's perceived as maybe a weakness to say I'm
could
stressed.
be.
We can't dig into people's brains, but that might be it. But
It might be.
Just don't know. It happens so gradually, right? You got schoolwork when you're in school, and then you get out and you have college, or you have life and bills, and it's one little thing after another. And then you have kids, and then you have work, and vacation's coming, and as soon as I hit this promotion, as soon as my kids are potty trained, or as soon as it's always one thing after another. And so it builds and builds and builds. Next you know, you turn around. What do you think a midlife crisis is?
Right.
You're looking around going, holy crap, this is not fun.
No.
I thought life as an adult would be fun. This stinks. Stressed, right? So yeah, maybe some that don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you are unsure, you're stressed. or you're blissfully happy, in which case you're probably not watching this.
Right. Probably fine.
So if you got brought here, let's look at your stress. So I don't even know what to say about that. It's just going to show somebody.
Well, I think probably slowing down enough to really get in touch with how you're feeling. And that's, I think, especially us moms, and I don't mean to leave the guys out, but we go full tilt to get that long list of things done for everybody, and we don't even get in touch with that feeling. So at the end of the day, we're just done.
Yeah.
Where if you could take a little time to really see how you really feel and take note of it so that you know what's stressing you, and then figure out what's really, really important in your life and what isn't, how you can
Absolutely
simplify.
That reminds me of that exercise we have about writing down how you want to feel as opposed to how you do feel.
Absolutely.
That's not part of the 5 ways to reduce your stress that we offered below, but I can briefly tell you it's to write down everything you don't like about how you're feeling and how you're reacting, whether you're just always kind of on edge or maybe you're snappier than you want to be and you feel guilty at the end of the day because you're like, you write down how you want to feel in pen and you write down how you don't want to feel in pencil. And if you don't really know how you want to feel, write down how you are feeling and you don't like it, and then just write the opposite in pen and then erase it out.
Erase it out.
And every time you're making a decision or you're coming across a certain situation or just life in general, when you start out your day, you look at it and you go, yes, I'm going to make decisions that are in alignment with this because this is how I want to feel. So it's a fun exercise, and anybody who wants that specifically, let us know and we'll ship that right out to you. No problem.
Beautiful exercise.
Yeah, very helpful.
Okay.
I think that one kind of, since you brought up the moms thing, I think it kind of transitions nicely into another one, which is the martyr stress person.
Martyr.
Yes.
I can martyr.
A lot of people don't like that word, so I won't say the martyr stress. I will say somebody who ends up identifying with it. It becomes a part of their identity.
Kind of
who
wears
they
it
are.
like a badge. Like,
Right.
whoa, I'm so busy.
Yes. You know those people. Like somebody will go, oh, you got to meet Jane Doe over here. She does everything. I don't know how she does it. She's like Superwoman.
Right.
She does all these things and she's got all these plates spinning and she's fantastic. And you get kind of a rush or what am I trying to say? Like a compliment.
Accomplishment and a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Both.
So if you're when you finally get to that level where you're like, somebody's going to pay. Like, somebody's got to go. You can't really change it because now it's part of your identity. So if they don't say that about you, they might go, oh, she used to do things. Now she's a little lazy, a little selfish, right? So we never want to do that. But reality is, and I think this is super, super important, is that if you're not taking care of your stress level, again, it's affecting your relationships. It's affecting your productivity. So you think it's selfish to take care of yourself, but in actuality, you're harming the ones you love the most by not being able to present your best self and show up in the best way.
Yep.
They might look back, your kids, and go, oh, my mom did everything. I never even saw her. What's that line in Christmas Story? My mom hadn't had a hot meal in 10 years or whatever because she was always serving the family in 71 seconds. And it was kind of that makes a good mom. But the fact is that having a happy, well-adjusted mom that you can feel confident talking to and they're calm and right. I mean,
it shows your kids healthy behavior and healthy lifestyle.
Right.
So that's actually better.
So yeah. So if you're stuck in the martyrdom, and I believe I probably was for a while.
Oh, I know I was.
Yeah. So there's no shame. You're not getting judged here. Let's just say that. Like, that's never going to happen. But recognize it and admit it and kind of go, ooh, wait, I might have a little identity.
And knowing there's a way, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but knowing there's a way to get out of that.
Yes.
That's the key here. Really the key for everybody.
And to really thrive better and have those around you that you are in such close contact with and have a direct impact on benefit as well. Right. So if you can't think you can do it for yourself, do it for them. Start out doing it for them. Yeah.
I like it.
Another one. How about if you know stress is a problem, but you don't know what to do about it? And this is when I think you have a, yeah. She has a personal experience in that area, right? I've definitely seen that with you.
Yes, I'm notorious for taking on so much and doing too much and then not being able to simplify it and get it all under control. I go.
Yeah.
And that's not good. And getting rid of it is your mindset isn't such that you can slow down enough to put your thoughts together to see your way out of the bag.
Yeah. So it's like, well, I'll just finish these things. I just have to do X, Y, Z. I know the stress is getting out of control, and I'm going to do something about it. It's coming. I'm going to, when these reports are done or this vacation happens, and I will go and,
Just
What do
this.
you-
Just
one word. Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
That's the internal
Just,
conversation.
and I hold myself to a higher bar that way. So it's a struggle.
Well, it's a miserable struggle.
Yes.
So-
Yes. Because you're always chasing.
Right. That's the thing. What do they call that? There was actually an exercise that somebody put me through probably 7-8 years ago, and it was something like, I can't remember it exactly, and I'll remember it as soon as we're not talking anymore. I'm certain of it. But it was, if this happens, then.
Yes.
And or when this happens, it was the when game. When this happens, then. When then. That's what it was. When then. And when never comes, right? I mean, all we have is right now. It's not coming.
Right.
So super important to sit and prioritize your time and be honest with yourself and those around you about the commitment you can make and what's necessary. Now, if it's necessary, there are times in life it's necessary to go. Right? I think we both had 2 jobs or more at certain times. You just have to do it. And you still have a family to run. And guess what? Your kids still want to eat. So you just have to figure it out. You just have to try to make a plan because you can burst like that for a while, for a period of time, right? And then do what you got to do, but there has to be an end game at the end.
There does.
Yeah. And you have to commit to that and stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our 2 cents on that. So what else? So we have,
You use other things to cope and to escape and to deal with stress. I'm notorious for TV.
Got it.
Boy, I'll go like a mad woman, and then I just need to shut off my brain, and TV is the
So
thing.
I don't know that that's always a bad one
Okay.
because it's a distraction.
It is a distraction.
Yeah. If you get into a good show, now, 16 hours a day, that's
Bit
an
much,
escape.
maybe.
That's an escape, right? Just from reality altogether. But if you could just watch a funny show or a program, something that you kind of lose yourself in, you can't be stressing. And it gives your mind a rest, in which it needs.
So other things might be like alcohol.
Escape
or
is
drugs
different.
Or
Escape is, I know I'm stressed. I know that I'm having a hard time. I know this isn't working for me. I don't feel good. And so instead of looking at it or dealing with it or taking the steps or even admitting it, I'm just going to escape it altogether and pretend it doesn't exist for a while. And when you do that, you come back, guess what? There it is. It's kind of like going on vacation and coming home. All your problems are right there waiting for you. So it's the same thing. You're taking a little mental vacation. The problem is when we use escapes, which are typically mind escapes, right? Because that's what's torturing you. That's what's telling you you're not good enough or you have more to do or all of this nonsense. I mean, the mind loves drama, right? It just does. And usually the smarter you are, the more drama your mind creates. So if you're really got a theater group going on up there, know that you're one of the brilliant ones. I know that brings no comfort whatsoever. But it is a fact, right? So if you're drinking all the time, like coming home at the end of the day, gotta drink,
Gotta have a
gotta
drink.
have it. Getting high or overeating to abundance out of stress. Like, I have to grab anything that's full of carbs and sugar because it's going to make me feel better. If anything, at the end of the sentence of it is to make me feel better. I need a glass of wine because I need to feel better. Mine would be coffee for sure.
Yes.
I need a cup of coffee or I'm going to hurt somebody.
I can
So
see it.
that might be a whole different addiction issue, which is what
Another day, maybe.
Another day. It's not what this is about.
Right.
But yeah, that's a huge red flag. That's something to pay attention to. And we're not lecturing again or judging on anybody's choice, but the reason that's leading you to that is something that should be dealt with. That way, if you want to enjoy a glass of wine, great, but you don't need it to escape some reality that you're dealing with or some perceived reality because your mind's decided to go crazy. Sorry, shouldn't use crazy and mind in the same sentence. That was probably, but you know what I mean. Like it just decided to go off and create these horrible imaginary dramas in your head and make you worry about things that aren't real. But
so what about people who think this is just part of being adult? Adult.
Yes,
just,
that's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just you try to manage it all because this is your life. This is adulting.
This is life. This is the way it is. Everybody has stress. Just pull up your big girl panties and deal with it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, there's a lot of that. I think sometimes that turns into the martyr one later too.
I think
if
it
you
does
figure
too.
out how to do it and manage and juggle all those plates, you're like, I'm the queen of stress. I can handle it. But on the flip side of that, a lot of people feel like failures if they're not coping with stress very well.
Mm-hmm.
We're not meant to.
Mm-hmm.
That is not part of your DNA. Your nervous system is not equipped to do that. So if you're not coping with it, good. It means that your body is functioning properly. You're just not being very nice to it, right? And you probably don't realize that you have a choice, because stress isn't inherent. It's not part of life. It's not a natural biological process like breathing or going to the bathroom. It's not natural. It is something our mind creates.
Doesn't stress sustain for a long period of time, this is where we're going to start having health issues.
Oh, yeah.
Breakdowns of certain sorts. So you need to get it in check and in order before we leap across that line.
Ideally, in a perfect world, and again, no judgment if you're past this point, but in a perfect world, something just feels off. You don't feel good. You feel a little, I don't know if anxious is the right word, but yeah, anxious. You just, in your gut. But you do it anyway, because your mind's saying, here's what we got to do. And yeah, I'm overworked. A lot of people work more than I do, so I should just be grateful. Or a lot of people do more than I do. And it's kind of like your parents at dinner. Did your parents do that? There are people starving in other countries.
Yeah.
Finish your
The
food.
clean plate club.
Yes. So you tend to think, well, I should just stop whining and just do it, right? But you know internally it doesn't feel good, whatever it is you're dealing with, whether it's a relationship or a conversation with yourself or whatever that looks like. So if you don't deal with it, it's going to get worse and worse. And that's where we talk about chronic stress a lot here, because there's acute stress where it's, I have to get this report done and somebody's getting fired. And if I do a good job on this report, it's not going to be me. That is temporary acute stress. And then once you send your report in and they say, this is fantastic, we're going to make you president of the company, right? That stress is gone. Now, some might argue it's pressure, but that's a whole different video.
Right.
But chronic stress is chronic stress. It's always happening. And then one thing happens in your life, and tragedies are going to happen, and mishaps, and life has ebbs and flows. And when the ebbs come, if you're already stressed, they're just crippling. And so now you're holding on to that. And so, over time, your cells in your body that are biologically designed to do certain things, and it works. I mean, there's no design flaw here. This thing works like a champ, right? We messed it up, but it adapts usually. It's still really gracious.
Tries to help us.
So the cells can't work. They're filled with adrenaline, they fill with cortisol, and then you end up with actual stress cells. And you get enough of those together. Physical, you can see them, cells in a microscope. You get disease when you get enough of those cells together. So it's not serving you, it's not serving your body, it's not serving those around you. Nothing in your life is benefiting from that stress. Think about it that way. And we know it in the beginning. We just ignore our gut a lot. So I do invite you to go, how does this feel? When I think about my job, how does it feel? And now you can reframe it and think, okay, I'm going to stay here for another year or whatever that looks like. And here's all the things I do like about it. I do like getting my paycheck, right? I do like this person and that person. Sure. And so if you really kind of balance it out, and I'm using job as an example. You can use whatever's stressing you out, a personal relationship, one with your kids, your in-laws, who knows. But with a job, it's easier because most of us have jobs. So we don't. We've had ones that we didn't care for. So you sit and you break it down and go, okay, it's not that bad, 80-20 rule. Or, yes, I need to get out of here. This place is giving me an ulcer. And you actively start looking for another job. But you're making a step one way or another, which is empowering you. And that's going to release your stress alone, right there by itself. The fact that you're taking charge is going to reduce your cortisol right there.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of good.
Yeah.
So did we miss any of them?
Well, we kind of touched on the martyr.
Yeah, we did.
So we kind of covered that guy.
I think
But
we
that's
did.
about it.
So
I
what
think,
do you
unless
think?
you,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So what do you think? Are you a martyr? Stress martyr? Maybe you didn't realize you were stressed and now they were pointing it out. You're like, oh my gosh, I think I might have an issue. Or you're just unsure what to do about it. Or maybe you just think this is part of adulting and I'm dancing as fast as I can and this is just life and people tell me I'm too sensitive and I need to stop whining. Well, yeah, I mean, whining's not going to help, so they're not wrong there. But being honest with yourself and making some serious boundaries and changes. So maybe you're the escape artist, right? That's what we should call it.
That's what we should call it.
The escape artist. You're like, all right, I will tolerate. I'm grinding my teeth. I'm biting my tongue all day long. And I'm going to get home and just smoke a bowl, right? Or drink a bottle of wine or a box of wine.
Kind of numb myself a
Yeah, or maybe have a cake,
little.
right? So that's fine, I guess. No, it's not fine. It's really bad for your body.
It's not fine.
It's really bad for your body and your brain. But that's not what we're here, and we're not here to judge or tell you that. But look at why that's happening. That way, if you want to have cake whenever you want it, you're having it because you choose to have it at that time, not because you need something to help you with your stress. You want a glass of wine, you do it because you choose to have that with your dinner. Whatever that looks like for you, but it's not a need because you need that escape because you don't have another tool. Because we're giving you tools today. They're in the downloads. You can download it. It's going to be in the description of this video. Please go grab it. It's free. It's a PDF. It just breaks it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can implement those steps today.
Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Really.
Yes. And if you are chronically stressed, you might have trouble doing things for yourself. So do it for the one you love the most. And then you'll end up doing it for yourself.
You will. And feel free to reach out to us.
Please,
we will watch
I would
the feed,
love
and if
to
you are
hear
chronically
that.
stressed, we will reach out back to you.
Yes.
And
I'm interested to see what else they got. But
yeah. So we just wanted to remind you that this is Tara and Roxanne, and we are here to calm your mind so you can enjoy your life.
True. Thank
True.
you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.